Hey there everyone, it's Sylvie. We're playing Imperishable Night, Touhou 8 on Lunatic using Border Team, Reimu and Yukari. So, depending on what Touhou game you're playing, the Reimu and Yukari, they're the homing character. Sometimes the homing character kinda sucks. In this game, homing character is like really OP. You not only have a fairly powerful homing shot, but you also have a smaller hitbox than the other characters. And when you get hit, so Touhou has a mechanic called death bombing or counter bombing, where you can bomb for a small window of time after you get hit, and you'll just bomb instead of dying. The death bomb window for this team of characters is larger, so that's another big advantage. And yeah, so I think they're generally considered the easiest characters to clear with by far. Yeah, there's not much to say about this stage. It's mostly about taking out those big fairies quickly before they fill the screen with bullets. This game has a lot of mechanics. So you can see in the bottom left corner there's the human versus yokai gauge. And on the sidebar there's like a time counter that's like filling up to 3,000. Those do not matter for a survival 1cc, so I'm not going to explain how they work. What does matter is you see those glowing orbs that I just destroyed. You can only destroy them with your unfocused shot. So a lot of boss patterns will... Actually, normal enemies as well have them. A lot of patterns will have these glowing orbs, and if you take them out, it can often reduce the number of bullets that fired at you. So you can see these ones explode into little yellow bullets, but if you take them out, you avoid that. But you can only do that while unfocused, so it's sometimes a little dangerous. And they also have wildly varying amounts of HP, so sometimes it's just not worth it to try to destroy them. You just want to stay focused and do damage. So the time mechanic, if you fill up the time counter, then you get this special attack called a last word. You can see I just got hit there, but I didn't lose a life because it's just kind of a bonus attack that I guess you would do if you want extra score. They're generally very difficult, but you lose a life if you die to them. You also cannot bomb on them, so there's no way to lose bombs on them. So stage 2 is also with the homing character not that difficult, and it's again basically just about remembering where things spawn. You don't even really need to remember, like if you forget that something spawns there like I did, then you can just kind of like improvise most of the time. Earlier one of the fairies dropped a bomb, so I mentioned death bombing earlier. Yeah, so here's an example of you want to kind of misdirect well, not misdirect, but you want to stay on one side of the screen so those big shotgun blasts get fired to the side, and then you dodge over the left. Yeah, so death bombing. In this game, so in previous games, the death bombing window was very tight, and it was kind of hard to do it, like, intentionally. Oh, I want to talk about this part. So this part, those fairies that are appearing will shoot those big shotgun blasts, but you can pretty much take them out before they do anything if you stay at the top of the screen and shoot them. So that makes that part very easy. Anyways, death bomb. So, death bombing. In previous games, the window for it was extremely tight, and it was hard to kind of do it intentionally. In this game, especially with this character, the window is a lot looser, but if you have two or more bombs left, then the window for death bombing will be like wider, but you will use up 2 bombs when you death bomb, so it's kind of like a little penalty. If you have only 1 bomb left, then you'll just use up that 1 bomb, but the window is a little harder to hit. So, alright, so this boss, this attack is hard. You can see I've only got it like 2 out of 17 times, so I think I'm going to intentionally bomb here to avoid that. I could just like wait until I die and use a death bomb, but I'd rather bomb intentionally because it only uses up 1 bomb instead of 2. This attack, you want to take out those. I kind of failed it there, but you want to take out those glowy orbs to reduce the number of blue orbs. And yeah, this one I kind of go back and forth on whether it's worth it to take out the glowy orbs or just dodge it. It's not too bad to just dodge if you stay focused the whole time. So there I death bombed and it used up my last 2 bombs, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so even though this game has the generous death bombing mechanic, you do still want to proactively bomb because of the fact that death bombing uses up 2 bombs. So because I bombed so much in the fight, I did not get the last word. Again, for survival 1cc, it doesn't really matter. The time mechanic is tied to the amount of continues you get, so if you're playing for survival but using continues, then it is kind of important, but it's not important for 1cc. Well, in that it's important for score, I'm pretty sure, but I don't really know the scoring system in this game works. So yeah, this level is where there's a lot more routing involved, and I kind of have a route for it. Like, you kind of want to stay on the side. There, I screwed it up, but yeah, you kind of want to like go from side to. I'm not explaining this well. But yeah, there's a lot of aim stuff, so you kind of want to slowly drift to the side, back and forth throughout that first section. It takes a bit of practice, and I often screw it up, as I did this time. I like to take out the front 2 orbs in this attack to make dodging a little easier. She revives them, but then you can kill her before they really do anything. This one is difficult, so I like to stay unfocused to take out a few of the orbs, and then after killing like 3 or 4, I switched back to focus and just try to dodge the rest of it. I think I capture it this time. Yeah, good. So she drops an extra life, which is quite useful. You can see here, you can see a better version of the like streaming left to right than earlier in the stage. And then these fairies have a lot of health, but they're not too dangerous if you take them out quickly. And one of them drops a bomb. Oh, I got hit there. That's unfortunate. But I got one of my bombs back. So take out the front 2, orbs, and then just dodge the rest while focused for this one. This attack is kind of difficult. She shoots those orbs and they explode into smaller bullets. Yeah, there I bombed. And you can kind of take out a few of the orbs with your front shot, with your unfocused shot, but it's difficult. This one is very hard if you're trying to reaction dodge. If there's a pattern, position yourself over the E. Just stay still. Tap left. Tap left. Tap right. And you win. Easy every time except for when you screw it up. Again, similar to a previous non-spell, take out as many of those front orbs as you can and then just dodge. And when she respawns the orbs, you can kill her before they do anything. This one, I find this attack kind of easier than the hard version, like the hard mode version of the spell card. basically, the main trick is don't stay too low down on the screen because the bullets kind of cross over. This is, the lasers are fully patterned, so I just kind of stay in a safe spot and focus on dodging the red arrowhead things, but I had to bomb. And I got the last word this time. I'm probably going to fail it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I fail it on this attempt. If you get it, I think you just get a bunch of points. It's not really like important to not fail them. I don't think I got any. I captured any last words on this run. So this is, again, it's kind of like moving left and right to get around the aimed bullets. Moving left to right, and then you want to be on the right to take that out. I got almost a little surprised by it appearing earlier than I wanted. And then move to the left to take out this one. And then, yeah, these fairies are basically, you want to take them out. You want to memorize where they spawn and take them out as quickly as possible, because they shoot a lot of crap at you. So after this little wave, more of those big fairy spawns start on the left, and kind of alternate left and right. And then these two drop bombs, so you want to pick those up. And yeah, then you get a screen clear, and it's time for the boss. This boss, Marisa, is very hard. Yeah, so this attack, her first non-spell, I just like straight up don't know how to do it consistently. Well, I mean, you just dodge it, but I almost never survive, so I just drop a bomb which takes out a bunch of those orbs and makes it very safe. This attack is hard. I kind of try to stay at the bottom and just dodge, but I used a bomb there. And then this non-spell is also, I just straight up can't do it, but I'm out of bombs, so I have to try. I kind of try to like shoot the orbs unfocused to see if they don't have much health, but I'm pretty sure they have a lot of health and you can't really take them out without a bomb. So yeah, you can see it gets really bad and I have to bomb. This attack looks really intimidating, but you basically just stay at the bottom and micro dodge. You have to be careful that nothing spawns behind you, because they kind of like curl inwards like that. But after that first wave, everything is like coming outwards at you and you just dodge it. Now for this little interlude, again you move from left to right, take out the big fairy that appears on the right. And then I think I kind of lose the plot here. Yeah. Then there's two more of these big fairies that drop bombs. And some aimed shots. This non-spell is actually like possible to dodge, so I think I'm going to go for it without bombing. This is probably your ease out, but I do end up bombing. But it wasn't Death Bomb, which is good, because I only had 2 bombs. This attack, you kind of have 2 options. You can stay at the bottom and sneak between the lasers when they turn on and off. Or you can do what I did just there and cut around the stars at the top. I kind of alternate depending on what's sort of convenient. If you stick to the bottom, you kind of have to memorize when the lasers turn off, because their position is like it's like a static pattern, but it's like hard to predict. This attack is also easier than our first two non-spells, but they bunch up into this big chunky wall like this, and I wasn't able to dodge the first wave of that. Now we got double spark. So first she always shoots directly down, so move over to the right, then misdirect it to get some good damage in, and then I tried to kind of misdirect it again, but I think actually that worked out okay. This attack's kind of a pain. She shoots these aimed stars, and then these orbs that fire lasers. You have to... You kind of treat the orbs kind of like they're bullets that... Oh, I died there. Yeah, treat the orbs kind of like they're bullets that, like, go off with a delay timer, which, I mean, I guess they basically are. And you kind of want to just avoid being in any of the locations where she shoots an orb. It's kind of hard to tell, like, where they're going to shoot the laser, so it's a pain. This last word, I don't really know how to do it, or... I mean, I'm kind of doing something here, but I'm damaging her so slowly. And then I think I die on this one. I don't know, maybe the next one. Oh, I didn't even die to a Master Spark. Alright. These just fire aim shots at you, easy every time. And then you want to start on the left and take out, you want to try to take out all of these with your focus shot. Sometimes switching to unfocus can be useful if one of them like gets away. You alternate left and right. If you don't take them out very quickly, then they will fill the screen and you'll die. And then this part looks scary, but you get a mysterious screen clear if you just sort of stay in the corner. Well, I mean, you get a mysterious screen clear after a certain amount of time, but if you just stay in the corner, you can usually, like, get through safely. So this is just another section where it's fairly easy if you don't have to do much dodging if you just take out the fairies quickly. If you were trying to get the point item, so I didn't mention that this game, like Perfect Cherry Blossom, has point items, which give you, if you get enough of them, you get an extra life. So for this first attack, which I screwed up and bombed, or well, no, I didn't screw up. I bombed intentionally. That was definitely intentional because I had several bombs left. But yeah, for the first attack, I like to dodge it on the left. In the left corner because the bullets spread out a bit more, and then the second attack I just try to the second attack it's slow enough that I try to dodge in the center. This is another sort of wave that's similar to the start of the stage but a bit faster. I got a bit trapped there because I didn't take out enough stuff. But yeah, you just want to try to take out those as many of those as possible. Then this part is kind of interesting, is you have the big fairies, but you also have the smaller fairies that they don't do anything, but they clear bullets around them when you destroy them. So you can kind of, again, it's really just about remembering where things spawn. You don't actually have to do that much dodging. So overall, stage 5 is not that bad. The mid boss's first non-spell is tricky. But yeah, the rest of the stage, as long as you remember where fairies spawn, you can get through it pretty safely. The boss is also easier than Marisa. So you'll see for this attack, I just kind of do this repeating pattern of going to this little pocket and then moving down left. And you do have to do a bit of dodging, but going to that little pocket there sort of minimizes the amount of bullets you have to weave through between each wave. Now, do not be tempted to fly up and collect those point items. If you're doing... So, I guess now I can explain that this game actually has 2 different final stages. Oh, I bombed there. Yeah, this game has 2 different final stages. And if you select Final B, which I'm going to do, you will pretty much always get enough point items for the final extra life, so you don't need to worry too much about like collecting every point item. This attack is a little tricky. You have to, again, it's pretty straightforward though. You just watch for the gaps. Again, do not fly up to collect those point items here. And unfortunately, I died anyways. And now you can see why flying up to collect the items is kind of a bad idea, because I got walled and I had to bomb. So yeah, I should not have gone after those power-up items that appeared at the top of the screen. This one is hard. I'm just going to bomb it because I have bombs. But what you want to do is kind of, so you stay in the center, and then you go up, down, up, like that. It's kind of that up, down, up pattern. Yeah, you can see me do it twice there. This attack is very easy for a boss's final attack. You go to like the 4th ring of bullets, and then you just move down and you repeat. By 4th ring, I mean the blue bullets. They kind of form these rings. So you go to the 4th one, you move down. Go to the 4th one, move down. Easy every time, except when it doesn't. This attack I've just never done it, but it's a lost word, so I don't have to. Yeah, I don't really know. I guess you stay in the center, but there's nowhere that's really safe. So there are 2 final stages. Final B, the stage portion, aside from this opening attack, which I just don't know how to do without bombing, or aside from this, the stage portion is easier. So you want to stay unfocused so that your homing amulets hit the take things out, and then after you every wave spawns 3 of these little fairies, and then when you take them out, you fly up and get a ton of point items. So yeah, Final A, I'm not really sure whether Final A or Final B is harder. Final B is kind of like the true ending, which is why I picked it. Final A, you get fewer point items, and I find the stage portion a little bit more awkward. This attack, though, this attack is just this game. I feel like it has a lot of pattern. It has a lot of patterns that I just like. Basically, always die or bomb to, like every time. And I was supposed to get inside that blue ring, or that green ring, but I did not, so I had to bomb. Fortunately, I survived the next 2 waves of it. But yeah, I feel like this game more so than Perfect Cherry Blossom has a lot of patterns that I just don't know what to do with, and I just die every time, or death bomb, or bomb if I have bombs in stock. But at the same time, I think it's easier to 1cc on Lunatic than Perfect Cherry Blossom. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I don't know which one's easier. I think the like death bombing mechanic, and the fact that this character has homing attacks and a small hitbox and a longer death bomb window. I think like border team being so OP kind of makes up for the harder patterns. Alright, so that first attack and first spell card is basically just pure dodging. And for this one, the bullets kind of I feel like they kind of like get more dense in waves, so you can kind of dodge in the center, but then you get a dense wave and it's easier to dodge in the corner like that. Unfortunately, I almost actually made it through this without dying, which would have been cool, but this is another one I almost always die on. This attack is... it varies. It's usually not too bad if the lasers make big gaps like they were doing there. But if the lasers force you to dodge in a tight space like this, yeah, so I ended up actually death bombing there, which is unfortunate. This one is usually not that bad. I feel like this boss... I don't know. I feel like this boss is mostly easier than the final A boss, but there's a few... her last attack is very difficult. So I don't really know which one is harder overall. This attack, if you just do what I'm doing and like start at the left and tap right, often you can take her out by the time you reach the right side of the screen, but I went a little too fast, so I kind of had to try to dodge around there and I got scared and bombed. But if you go slowly enough, you can take her out by the time you get to the right side of the screen. You don't have to do any like you don't have to like do a fast dodge to open up a gap. Yeah, overall I find that most aside from like the second one maybe, most of her non-spell attacks are not that hard. This attack is her hardest spell card. Yeah. Those rings of stars, they do open up and make gaps, but it's very hard to read the gaps while also like getting around these lasers. And this attack is extremely hard. My goal was basically to make it here with enough bombs to make it through this attack, and that's what I did. Yeah, this is our last attack. So you basically want to stream. And then at the corners, I guess you like move fast and try to like cut through the bullets. But because I have bombs, I'm just going to use bombs to get through the bullets. Like so. And the main thing is she has a ton of health. You notice her health bars is like just only starting to go down like halfway through the attack. And I kind of got screwed up after my death there, but I had enough bombs that I can just chill. And I almost died there right at the end, but I still had an extra life. So, it might look like it's not over, but it's over. This is just like a series of last word style attacks that you can die to all of them, and I do die to all of them because I don't know how to do like any of these. So kind of makes the end kind of anticlimactic when you just like straight up don't know how to dodge any of these cool attacks. But yeah, we beat the game. Depending on how your time, so if you fill up the time gauge, then your time advances. You're like right now it's fourth. Every attack, the time is advanced. I'm not explaining this well. Basically, depending on how well you do with the time gauge, you can get like more of these attacks at the end. And so I think there's another one after this that I missed because I didn't do well enough with the time gauge. There might be even more, but there's at least one more. So yeah, that's Imperishable Night. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.